2022 was a year of change and growth. I graduated, moved across the country, and also started a whole new chapter of my life. It was a year filled with many happy moments and gratitude, but also a year of facing new challenges and obstacles. Reflecting back on the past few months has allowed me to realize how much I've grown, healing my relationship with my body, learning new hobbies, creating new habits, and changing my lifestyle. As we enter into a new year, I'm sure many of you have set goals and resolutions for yourselves. Today, I wanted to share some life lessons that have helped me the most in working towards becoming the best version of myself. The first question to ask yourself is, what does the version of myself I want to become look like? When do they wake up? How are their relationships with others? What are their hobbies? Now, this isn't how you want your dream life to look like 10 years in the future, but rather what your ideal self would be like in your current life circumstances and conditions. Creating a future you want starts with making changes on the day-to-day. In order to change your life, you have to start behaving like how you would want your future self to act. Now that you've got this image in your mind, the second step is to determine what steps you need to take in order to get there. What is the difference between you now and your ideal version of yourself? Where are there gaps in how you think or act? Going through this exercise helps you figure out what you see as important and helps you prioritize where you want to make the biggest changes in your life. The Stages of Change model proposes that individuals go through 6 levels of change. We start off with pre-contemplation, where there's no intention of changing behavior. Then we have contemplation, where individuals are aware a problem exists, but there's still no commitment to action. This is followed by preparation, where there's intent on taking action to address the problem, before we finally get to action, the active modification of behavior. The final 2 stages are maintenance, where changes are sustained, and relapse, which is falling back into old patterns of behavior. I'm sure the majority of you have experience with setting goals, and if not, there are plenty of helpful resources out there. What I want to focus on today is helping you to find a way to avoid step 6, relapse, and rather maintain the changes you want to make in your life. This is where I struggled for so many years. It's easy to set goals and tell ourselves we want to do something, but in reality, healthy lifestyle changes are difficult to make. There are so many different barriers and obstacles that it becomes easier to fall back into old patterns that we're familiar with. Because of this, making small changes is the most sustainable way and realistic way for self-improvement. The concept of getting 1% better each day suggests that when you choose to get slightly better at doing something, at first, the changes will seem insignificant. But when repeated over a long period of time, these small daily improvements can add up to be a significant change. Life obviously can't be simplified into a mathematical equation, but I think this graph really illustrates an important concept on how small habits and changes add up. The hardest part is starting, and being honest with yourself about what you need to change is already such a major step. This ties into my next point, the importance of not overlooking process when coming up with goals. In the past, I would always tell myself that I would change in the new year and live that healthy lifestyle I always thought about. But after a few months, or weeks even, all would go out the window and I would give up, landing back at square one. Setting goals helps plan for how you want your progress to look, but establishing systems will actually lead you there. I frequently get asked, how are you so motivated? And the truth is, I'm not. I spent years chasing goals and never quite reaching them, and only recently have I realized why. I used to zero in to achieving a result I wanted, cycling through periods of intense motivation where I worked really hard, and then disappointment when I wasn't seeing the progress I wanted. Maybe some people do just have a constant, deep motivation, but that person is not me. What helped me was having systems replace motivation with routine. It seems counterintuitive, but focusing on the process has helped me better stick to changes. Once they're created, systems are almost self-sustaining. It removes the need to spend mental energy to convince yourself whether or not to do something. You simply just go do it. This works due to the power of feedback loops. A feedback loop is a process in which the outputs of a system are circled back and used as inputs. Systems constantly reward you. When you do that small thing that you plan for, you automatically get rewarded and you feel good about yourself. This in turn makes you more excited and look forward to doing that thing again, positively feeding back into a lifestyle change. Long story short, the main takeaway here is that focus on enjoying the process and the results will come. Despite what I've already said, what had the biggest impact in changing my life was shifting my motivations and mindset. Make sure what you're doing is for the right reason. The key to becoming the best version of yourself is first healing your relationship with yourself. As an example, for years, my motivation to working out was to get fit or somehow change my body. What I always had in mind was the end result, and if it didn't come soon enough or if I got off track, I would just get discouraged and quit. I went through years of bursts of motivation where I worked out consistently for a few weeks, and then losing motivation, which ended up leading to an unhealthy relationship with my body, the gym, and food. It was only when I was able to finally let go of physical appearances as my focus and shift my mindset into going to the gym because I enjoyed challenging myself and taking care of my body that I was finally able to build the consistent habits that I had been trying to achieve for so long. It becomes so much easier to integrate something into your life if you truly enjoy it and look at it in a positive light rather than doing things out of self-hatred or as punishment to yourself. The way that you talk to yourself matters. How you think about yourself greatly impacts the way you interact with the world. It can either empower you with confidence or hold you back from the life that you want to live. If you're always thinking, oh, this is so hard, I can't do this, I fell off track, so I might as well give up, then those statements will become true. Shifting your mindset means thinking about the same things in a different way. For example, those statements can be changed into, yes, this is difficult, but I'll try my best. Or, I may struggle, but I will be able to accomplish this if I put in the effort. Or, I may have fallen off track, but that does not erase the progress I've already made. Life is never perfect. There will always be obstacles and challenges that get in the way. What sets people apart from one another is how they approach these problems and deal with it. And that all starts with our internal monologue and perspectives. There are limitless possibilities to what you can do and change, but here are 6 basic ideas for habits you can build or work on establishing this year. 1. Create a morning or nighttime routine that works for you. Despite what so many fitness and wellness influencers say, you don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. or work out before the sun rises if that isn't something that is efficient with your schedule. Instead, play around, try new things, and integrate things that you like or find helpful into your daily routines. 2. Get enough sleep and build a consistent sleep schedule. Your body works to repair muscle, organs, and cells when you sleep, and not getting enough of it will leave you feeling tired, drained of energy, and increase your risk for health issues. 3. Get involved in a new hobby or spend more time on a current one. If it makes you happy, it's not a waste of time. For a few years, I wasn't really interested in doing much other than scrolling mindlessly through social media or watching YouTube videos. But what I've realized in the past year is that hobbies bring variety and excitement into your life. They're a great way to meet and connect with people, as well as take away the monotony that comes with many 9-to-5s. This year, some things I'm doing are getting back into reading and going skating more often. 4. Eat more balanced, home-cooked meals. Food is fuel. Not just the quantity, but the quality of what we put into our body matters. This is one I'm still working on myself, but being more conscious of having a healthier diet is a way to better start taking care of your physical health. 5. Establish a realistic and consistent workout routine. Any movement is better than no movement. You can start small with some walks outside or at-home workouts, see how you feel, and build up from there. 6. Start journaling. I personally love journaling because it helps me brain dump and get things that I can't stop thinking about or emotions that are weighing me down onto a page. Once it's written down, it feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders and I feel more free to go do other things. It's also a great way to practice mindfulness, gratitude, and to reflect. Some additional tips for staying on track. 1. Get over the fear of doing things by yourself. Yes, I know it's anxiety-inducing to be alone, to try new things. I understand the fear of being judged or looking stupid, but trust me, challenge yourself to get over this obstacle. It'll boost your confidence, and you'll also realize that no one cares more about how you look to others than yourself. 2. Normalize scheduling in time for your hobbies or to relax or for self-care. 3. Surround yourself with like-minded people who encourage you and inspire you to be a better version of yourself every day. Attitudes are contagious. 4. Go with the flow. Life is supposed to be fun, and not every day needs to be the same or perfect. Small progress is still progress. Accept that there will be days where you feel amazing and capable of doing anything, and others where all you can do is be proud of yourself for showing up. And finally, be kind to yourself. Each journey has up and downs. You're always learning. Just think back to a few weeks or months ago and look at how much progress you've already made. Now, as we wrap up, let me leave you with a few last thoughts. Everybody's self-love and growth journey is different. We all come from different backgrounds and experiences and have different goals. What works for one person doesn't mean that it will work for another. What one person likes doesn't mean another person will like. Self-discovery is a constant journey, and everyone, including me, is always learning more about themselves and how they interact and perceive the world. The fact that you're even thinking about making a change is already a big step. My DMs and comments are always open. You got this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this different style of video. I really enjoyed scripting it and coming up with the concept. So feel free to leave any feedback you have, and I will see you all next week. Bye.